Hello to you all, how are you today? It is dark moon, a time to go inwards, to do some shadow work. And it is the day before the first fingernail of the moon, the new moon arrives. So it is when you're very low in the sky and you cannot see any light cast on the moon because our Earth is in the way. Traditionally, this was a time when you went inwards, worked on the parts of yourself that you dislike. So this meditation is going to help you to love yourself with your warts and all. We try to be good. Good. What is good? Kind, nice, generous. But what is bad? Different cultures have different goods and bads, don't they? None of us are completely saintly, are we? We are human and we have our human foibles. So, let's go at this dark moon to visit 3 ancient Greek witches, people who were seen as scary, not of the norm, and had different challenges within their lives, as we all do. Perhaps the Homeric verses and hymns, Virgil and all of these Greek and Roman poets have embellished. But what was the root behind these things happening? We get you to delve deeper as we meet these witches today. So settle yourself down and really ground in. Grow your roots out of you and push them deep, deep into the ground where you sit. Down through the building, down through the foundations and down into Gaia herself. Take a breath in and breathe out. And now we are going to imagine a candle flame at the center of your being, at your core. And we are going to glow and grow that flame within you, sending it out to every direction. Burning through any residue, pushing it outwards to each direction, to the left and the right, to the front and the back, and above and below. Pushing out the nonsense, pushing out the, how can I phrase it, the inconsistencies that we make of ourselves. And I'm not totally sure what I mean by that. Asking my guides and your guides to come in close. As you now extend that flame right around your auric field. We're going to go as a group here. First of all, I'm going to draw the chakra right around you to protect you. Giving you the strength for you to confront these realizations. And I'd like you just to imagine that together, me included, we are on a boat somewhere in the Mediterranean. Morning breaks, and we keep sailing on, not totally sure where we're going, but trusting the guides and the gods, up and down over the seas, being moved by the currents and the tides. As we sit on deck, we talk. Some people play music, others pray. And the sun arcs across the sky as Helios drives his chariot. And before long, it is evening. The boat enters a sea fret, which is a mist. We cannot see very far. You can just about see your hand in front of your face. It is very thick and it feels otherworldly. And as the sun starts to set, we emerge from this sea fret and we see a beautiful island rising out of the sea in front of us. The island of Aeaea, Circe's isle. As the boat travels inwards towards the beach, we can make out 3 robed figures waiting for us. A giant wave pushes our boat in, and we feel it beach on the sands beneath us. The sailors throw over a rope ladder, and one by one we climb down onto the beautiful island of Aeaea. When you land on the shore, plant your feet on the sand, look down, and again ground. Imagine tree coral roots reaching down out of your feet, pushing down and down through the sand and into the bedrock. But as you stand and the water laps in and out, we notice and we feel the sand moving under our feet. And this is kind of like our life, isn't it? Things shift and they change. Some days we like ourselves, other days we do not. When you have recalibrated, we start to walk up the beach towards the robed figures, these witch goddesses of ancient antiquity. Hecate steps forwards and reveals her 3 faces, 1, 2, and 3. One of the faces turns towards you, eyeing you. "Welcome," she says. "You have come here to Circe's isle to meet us three witch goddesses who have learned to like ourselves and all of our faults. It makes us who we are. She snaps her fingers and hounds run in. They look at us, perhaps warily at first, but she snaps her fingers again and they sit. Friends, she says to them. They cock their heads and almost smile at us. The next goddess to step forward is Circe herself, niece to Hecate, son of the great Helios god who's driving the sun across the sky. She takes down her hood and says, "Welcome to my island." We take you up to the big house in a minute so that you can study yourself and learn to love it. Last to step forward and take down her hood is Medea, Jason's wife, who helped him slay the Minotaur. And in the end, it is said she took the life of her children so that Jason could not exile them. We can only surmise at her reasons, but there may be hidden depths there. Those children would have been killed anyway in a blood rite, revenge. So the way she saw it was far better to dispose of them quickly and lovingly rather than have them butchered in a most ugly and terrifying way. A bitter pill to swallow in any culture. She steps forward now, fire leaping in her eyes because she is Circe's niece. And Circe is the niece of Hecate. Hecate was revered by Zeus the most, and all have connections to Helios. All of their eyes dance with yellow flickers of fire. Medea turns to you now, and she says, "We will go up to the house. Let us depart." The witches lead the way. We find ourselves walking through a beautiful ethereal island. Poplars and oaks, cypresses, and many other flora and fauna you cannot identify. Grapevines have been tended to make the sweetest wine. And you notice that there are many other animals on this island. A female lion roams around. There are pigs in sties and wolves prowling. Are these the real animals, or is this Circe's magic? For she changed Odysseus, his crew, into swine. Perhaps you are wary. One of them turns to you now and says, "Have no fear. You are here to help yourself, and we are not all evil. We like to help those who help themselves and seek knowledge, especially in their shadow work." You keep walking higher and higher and higher into the mountains. And before long, you can see under the starry sky the pale grey smoke rising from the hearth that is always burning here. Circe pushes open the door and walks into her own property regally. You all follow, and it takes a little while for your eyes to adjust to the darkness with the orange glow of the candles. And you realize as you look around that you are in an apothecary, a herbalist's lair. There are vials and bottles and baskets, flowers, herbs and bones hanging, all manner of magical things. But most notable are the vials. There are two huge mirrors, one made of brass or copper, and another made of black obsidian. A mat is lain down for you in front of one of these mirrors, and you are instructed to sit down. There are many of us here, so many rugs, and we jostle for space, but be patient, we will get our turn to look in the mirror. The three witches spread out amongst us, and together they cast a circle, inviting the north, the east, the south, and the west in. They petition Grandfather Sky and Grandmother Earth to protect us all and keep us safe as we work the shadow ways. One of these goddesses comes up to you now and tilts the mirror in front of you. And she tells you to gaze at yourself. Now I'm holding this to the side so that I am not reflected in it. She tells you to really see. To see yourself. And to see the beauty in the parts you do not like. That mole, she says, it makes you unique. It marks you out from other people who look like you. You look at it. You have not thought of it in that way before. She tells you to send love to that part of your body that you do not like. She then tells you to think about something that you do not like. Why do you not like it, she says. What is the necessity that is birthing this reaction that you do not like? You study yourself in the mirror. She tells you to go within. Action causes reaction, she says. Would it be better if you had no reaction? You think about that for a moment. There is no right or wrong answers for any of these. You are told. It is what it is, and you are as you are. If that tiger reacts, love that tiger, because that tiger part of you protects you. It looks after you, it nurtures you. If you do not like the mouse within you, maybe the mouse cannot be seen or heard as well as the tiger, so slips under the radar. It can be sneaky, it can be crafty, but those are not negative traits. Relax, relax, you are told. Nobody wants anything from you at this moment. Nobody needs anything for you at this moment. This is for you. You are now told to blur your eyes as you look at yourself. Can you see the aura? Can you see the colours? Are there any shadows anywhere? Learn to love yourself every day. The witches now chant together, telling you to repeat, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. You all chant this. It might feel alien, but after a little while, you get into the rhythm of it and you believe it. You know it. Now, you are invited to stand up, and you are taken over to all of the shelves and the vials. One of the goddesses looks at you up and down, up and down. She walks around you. She feels your aura and your energy. She inspects and collects a vial. She turns it around. What is written on the label? Then you are given a goblet. You are handed your vial and told to unstopper it and to pour the liquid in. Now, drink your potion. Oh, burn my finger then. You swallow the liquid. Make some saliva in your mouth as you watch this. And you swallow that liquid. Feel it slip down your esophagus. All of the goodness, the herbs, the medicine. And it starts to be digested and intersperses and moves around your body, working its magic. Take a breath in and breathe out. Now you go back to the mirror. You look at yourself. You're not perfect, but perfection lies with imperfection. And as you study yourself now, you like what you see. You like those parts of you, those warts and all. They make you you. And as you study yourself, you feel satisfied. Beauty is within as well as without. You turn around now, and the three goddesses are in the middle of the room, each facing a group of us. They have a basket in their hands, and they move around offering you a gift, choosing what you see in the basket. If you are unsure of what this gift is, you may ask. Now, one of the goddesses says something to you quite profound. You are told to put the gift in your pocket. And we all stand up as the circle is taken down. We all face the north and thank the guardians for its protection. We all face the east and thank the east for their protection. We all face the south and thank the south for its protection. And we face the west and thank them for our protection. We thank Father Sky and we thank Mother Earth. The spell is broken, but the distant healing symbols are being sent into you, and this magic will last for a while. When you find yourself slipping, come back to see us to renew the potion that you need. One by one, they place hands upon our shoulders, grounding it in and running down our arms. And now it is time to leave this place. We all file out of the doorway and back down the mountain path. Eos throws open the gates of dawn, and Helios again starts to drive his chariot in that giant arc across the skies, bringing the morning sun to us. Now we are at the beach. The goddesses and their animals stand on the shore. Circe has her lioness, her wolves and the pigs. Medea has her dragon, and Hecate her hounds. We climb up the rope back on board. And when we are all seated, the sailors push our boat out. And a wave lifts it up and we are free of the island. They then climb up and we start to sail away. As we leave, we hear the goddesses singing a song on the wind with glad hearts, transmitting that to your heart. We settle ourselves down for the voyage back into the sea fret, and the world becomes orangey white. Now send your roots down again into the earth and let the scene of the mist and the orange glow fade away. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And most importantly, learn to like yourself, warts and all. You are special, you are unique, and you are human. By all means, atone and apologize if you need to, but it is you and it is human. And you will be happier for trying to see the good in what you perceive as the bad. I am a great believer that something good always comes out of something bad, even if it is a realization years later. So now take that deep breath in and breathe down to your feet as we do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drawing the master symbol as we say goodbye.